Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
What was the aim of this operation, and is it over now?
The operation is still ongoing as we speak. And when we talk about Jenin, and Jenin has been subject of a lot of conversation, especially in the last few months, then we talk of all the roads that are leading to it, the weapons that are being smuggled into Jenin from Jordan, from Lebanon, from Egypt. We're talking about money to incite terrorism coming there from Iran directly, coming there from Gaza. Terrorist organizations that are trying to incite and ignite the West Bank and Judea and Samaria. We're talking about young people who do not really know what the repercussions are for these actions, and they're taking makeshift weapons. It's not a proper M16, but it can still kill you, causing a lot of damage. In the last year alone, 50 shooting attacks were carried out by people from the Jenin camp. And Jenin camp has sort of gotten a reputation of a safe haven for terrorists because they think it's no man's land and nobody's going to get to them there. And it's become a hornet's nest of terror. So this week on Sunday night, there was enough intel. The conditions were right, the weather was right, and we started an activity within Jenin camp to thwart as much terrorist infrastructure as we could within Jenin. What is terrorist infrastructure? We're talking command and control centers like the one we struck from the air. We're talking ammunition warehouses. We're talking makeshift explosive devices, manufacturing sites. We're
Right.
talking IEDs
Okay.
under the asphalt on the roads, and obviously terrorist suspects who are hiding within Jenin. So we're trying to apprehend that,
Yeah. And
and as soon as we're
how
done,
many people? How many people were you targeting? I know that it's some 8 or 9 people who've died. How many people were you specifically targeting?
so I don't have that precise number, but so far we do know of 10 people, 10 Palestinians who have been killed. All 10 of them are involved in terrorism, have been shooting at our forces, and we are able to say that so far no uninvolved civilians within Jenin have been killed. Sadly, yes, some injured within the ones in the crossfire, but none killed.
I think it's something like 80 that have been injured. Is that your information?
Something around that, yeah, between 80 to 100.
And you feel that that's inevitable, unavoidable? I mean, it must be very difficult if you have no involvement whatsoever and you're caught up in this.
Jenin is a very difficult place to live. I'm sure it's very densely populated, and it is important to state that the IDF's fight is not with the Palestinian people. It is not with the regular civilians living in Jenin. It is with the terrorists who take cynical advantage of those people and hide amongst them and hide their weapons in kindergartens because they know that people will get caught in the crossfire, and that will prevent, in their eyes, the IDF from getting to them. So our fight is with terrorism and
Okay.
with terrorists
Now, the
in
head
Jenin.
the head of the Palestinian mission to the UK, Hussam Zomlot, has criticised the operation. He said that it was a war crime and a crime against humanity.
It is a very difficult statement. We know for a fact that the IDF, though dealing with nearly impossible conditions within Judea and Samaria, is doing any feasible effort to prevent uninvolved civilians from being harmed. Uh, in this operation specifically, we can talk about the airstrikes that are being deployed, because this large command and control center that we hit on the night between Sunday and Monday at 1 a.m., we hit it from the air by a drone, and with a very precise ammunition to avoid civilian casualties around it. So that deterred people. We encourage uninvolved people not to get out on the streets if unnecessary, and to stay at home if they can. We do not hold anybody hostage in the camp. People who want to get out are able to do that. We have combined efforts with the Koga unit to allow people getting out. All the crossings are open. People are able to go to work. If you're not a terrorist holding a gun and shooting at the security forces, your life we are putting in efforts to keep it as close to normal as possible at this time.